Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Carrie and this is my book corner. All right, well, here I am with another video, and yes, I believe I took off last week as well. I apologize for that. As I've said 100 times by now, school is back in session for my kids. Fall sports are in completely full swing, and I have just been busy, 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 busy. So I apologize for taking last week off. Hopefully, now that they're back into school and I'm getting back into routine, I'll be able to go back to once a week. And if I don't, I apologize, but I really thank you guys for sticking around. And hopefully, like I said, I'll go back into a more set schedule. Okay. Now, as you can tell by today's video, I thought I would go through my entire Taboo book collection and also tell you about my favorites and recommend you some. There are some that I have not read. Surprise, surprise. I know. But most of them I have read and I've loved. And I figured it would be fun to just go through some Taboo books, especially if you're new to Taboo or if you like Taboo books, but anytime you search, like I do, I search for Taboo recommendations, and videos that come up are people's they think or they call books taboo, which is like age gap, teacher student, step sibling. That's not taboo in my opinion. That's forbidden. So I think there's a difference. These are taboo. Okay, full on blood relation. If that's not your jam, totally okay. I love that we can read what we like to read and we don't judge others, okay? But if you do like to read taboo and you're sick of seeing forbidden books come up as taboo recs, this is going to be the video for you. Okay, so I figured I'd show you my collection, and while I'm going through it, tell you a little bit about the book. If I can remember, it's been a while since I've read some of these. I will do my best. And hopefully you'll get some recommendations out of this if that's what you're looking for. Okay, so you ready to get into it? Okay, these are going to be in no particular order. I just pulled these off of my shelves and I figured I would just go through them and, we'll just work our way through the piles. I did pull them off my shelf alphabetically, so that's probably what I'll grab for the most part. But I did want to start off with the very first Taboo book I ever read. Okay, and that is Laska by Kay Webster. This is short. It's 42 pages. Okay, it is very short, which that's one of the reasons I picked it as my introduction to Taboo, because it was so short. And this is about brothers. Okay, Laska and Aspen, I believe his name is. And I remember reading this, and I remember telling my husband, like, oh my God, my stomach feels funny. Like, I don't know if I should be reading this. I don't know if I like it. But the more I read, and then when I finished it, I knew I had found a genre that I was going to really enjoy. This was really well done, even though it was so short. It had humor. It was dark. It was extremely dark. All these, obviously, because they're taboo, you should check your triggers. Me, I don't have triggers, so I never read the triggers because I don't want to be like spoiled. But if you have triggers, please read all the triggers for any book. But this one was really, I'm super glad I read it, and this was what an introduction to the taboo genre as a whole. Insane. Yeah, that was my introduction, and I'm glad I read this. It was great. Then after that, I'm pretty sure I read my favorite taboo book of all time, but I'll probably end with that one. So let's just go top of the pile. Okay. Want It by Avril Ashton. Oh my God, was this book good? Brothers, German and Search. So good. This was so good. Again, I'm pretty sure I read this in a vlog that the footage was lost, but this is super, like, extremely spicy. I highly, 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 highly recommend this one. This was super enjoyable, and it's very emotional as well. There was a very big emotional impact in this one, and I really recommend this one. So, One It by Avril Ashton. Highly recommend. Uncle Zach. I read this, I'm pretty sure I told you about this in my reading wrap up, but this is obviously Uncle Nephew. Again, basically, it's just smut. Okay, it's just smut. There's like a little story, little plot. But yeah, this is basically just, Uncle Nephew smut. And there was a big, like, party at the end. Super enjoyable. This one's super spicy. And if you like super, super spicy, this one's for you. I love Baedeker's writing. I say that every time I get to talk about their books. I love Baedeker's writing. When Fantasies Collide by Eloise R. East. This might have been like the second. This was an early Taboo book I read. This one is with Adrian and Reese, and this is a father-son. And yeah, Adrian is given the chance to live out his wildest fantasy, and of course, his fantasy is his father, and it happens, and lots of fun times. Again, super short. Most Taboo books they're usually novella length. But I remember this one was just super fast paced. Like, I was able to read it pretty quickly, and I enjoyed it. And it was from a new to me author. So I need to read more from Eloise R. East because I enjoyed this one. This was pretty good. Okay, now these next 4 I have not read. But I got them in a bundle from the author's website. It was like a Taboo bundle. So it was Nikki James. So I have Risk Takers and Rule Breakers. This is a series. I don't know which one comes first. I think Risk Takers comes first, and then it's Rule Breakers. So there's these. I'm not sure the pairings of this one, but Nikki James is an amazing writer. So I know these can't be bad. And then also Secrets and Lies and Sinfully Mine, all by Nikki James. Like I said, I've not read these yet. Normally with these kind of books, I just go in blind. I just start reading. So I really don't know the pairings. But yes, so these are Nikki James books. And hopefully I will get to them soon because I love Nikki James writing. So there are these. And if you've read these, let me know. Let me know if I should push these up to the top of my TBR. I'd appreciate that. Okay. Next is Almost Strangers by M.A. Innes and R. Phoenix. I read this in the same vlog that I read Want It by Avril Ashton, and this book was great. It's with 2 brothers, and the one brother has a college assignment where he's supposed to find, like, it's a sexuality course or something, and he's supposed to find like a kink or something to research, and he's supposed to maybe try it out, and so that way he can put himself in these people's shoes and see what people like about it and what have you. And he picks pet play, and his brother maybe helps him out a little bit. I really enjoyed this one. This one was great because it had humor with their relationship, and it also made you kind of not forget, but you kind of do. They become such a real couple. You don't the fact that they're brothers doesn't even matter in the end. And that's why I like this one. It felt just like a real, kind of like a slice of life love story, and I really enjoyed this one. So if that's interesting to you, I would check this one out. I like this one. All right. Also by R. Phoenix. The next couple are. This one is Brother Dear and Brother Mine. It's 2 books, but she was selling the physical copy. It's like a little flip book, and love that. Now, this one is not a romance. This does not have an HEA. Okay, there's no happily ever after at the end. You know, ish. Depends on what you want to be your HEA for this book. But again, this is with two brothers, but there's, it's like non-consensual, force. But the way R. Phoenix writes these characters, you get inside their minds and you get inside their heads, and it's just a fun ride, like a fun ride. But this is dark. This is one you should definitely check. This is one you should definitely check your triggers with. It is dark. And again, I need to say again, this is not a romance. So don't go in thinking that they're going to live happily ever after the end. They do not. Okay? So there's Brother Deer and Brother Mine. And the sun just went away. So if the lighting changed, I'm so sorry. It's probably super dark right now. Hopefully it's not too bad. And last from R. Phoenix. This is the Need trilogy, and they are out of order. Why are they out of order on my shelf? That's weird. So you have Want, you have Take, and you have Have. These are with, again, you guessed it, this is brothers. Their ship name is T-Rex because it's Tavi and Rex. Come on, I love that. I think that's like the cutest ship name. You can't get better than that. This one is it's like an urban fantasy, and again, it has some little play in it, some age play, shall I say, and it does get pretty. There are some dark parts, and there's an interesting dynamic with the age play, and I'll just leave it at that because I don't want to spoil it. But this was a fun trilogy, and it's also part of a world, and I can't remember, but I like that the story just continued on. Even though they're super short, each one felt like a full solid story, and I really like that, and they're all connected. So yeah, T-Rex, yeah, I really enjoyed Tavi and Rex and their dynamic, shall I say. This one was fun. This one was a lot of fun. I liked it. Okay, and this next one I have not read yet, but is on my list. This is Zeta Mu Tau, Greek. This is by B.L. Sparrow. I got this signed from her website. I'm assuming it's brothers. The back says, haze me, use me, own me, love me, from womb to tomb, kitten. So from womb to tomb, obviously they were, I'm assuming, twins, which is my favorite. I'm just saying. But yeah, again, I don't know what this one is about exactly because I like to go in blind with most of the books I read. But I've heard this one is great. She also has one that I need to get the ebook of. It's called, I'll put it here. I think it's called Saturated, and I really want to read that one. I've heard amazing things about it, but this is the one I actually own in my collection and I have not read. So again, B.L. Sparrow, it's a pen name from a pretty famous author, and I'm excited to get into it. So hopefully it's wonderful. Okay, this next stack. Come on. This next stack. Can you guess who it's by? I mean, come on. I talk about her pretty much every video. If I can get a chance to talk about her, I'm going to talk about her. That is Odessa Highwell. I love her. We all love her. Her taboo books are so good. They're so good because sometimes they don't even feel like a taboo dynamic. They feel like it's just a normal, regular couple. And I love that. So the first I'm going to talk about is the Sinful Delights trilogy. Okay. So you have Always Oscar. This is grandfather and grandson. Now this one, I was a little nervous to get into because I'm like, grandfather and grandson, holy crap. But then the more I thought about it, I I was like, well, why wouldn't it be good? I love age gap. I do. I love age gap. So this one was this one was great. This one also has a lot of humor with uh, the grandfather grandson. You know, Oscar and Ian. That's what his name. Ian is the grandfather, and Oscar is the grandson. And Ian just wants to take care of Oscar, and it's so stinking adorable, and it's so beautiful. And I just love watching their relationship turn into something more, you know. And also the goats. If you want to know, you have to read this book. Okay, I really enjoyed this one. This one was so much fun. All these of this trilogy, 5 stars. Love it. So there's always Oscar. All right, so the next one is Family Values. Okay, so this is MMM. So it's twins with another man. So obviously the taboo aspect is the twins because they do stuff together. And I really enjoyed this one. They were basically like sold or something. That, you know, the twins are basically given to this man, and they were being held in, you know, this guy's house or whatever. And, you know, maybe something happens in a pool and somebody watches a couple people having fun with each other. I don't know, but this one was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed. I I just love twins. That's probably my favorite taboo pairing. So I have a soft spot for that. So I really enjoyed Family Values. And the last one in that trilogy is my favorite in the trilogy, and that's Bloodbound. This is so good. This is so good. Okay. This is uncle and nephew. Yes, yes, yes. It's so good. It's Marcus and Holden. Oh my God, I forgot about Holden. Holden is this like stabby, murderous twink, and his uncle Marcus has to just he just has to deal with him. And oh no, 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 no. Holden, oh no, he's not spoiled at all. But I just love their dynamic together, and I can only imagine like the the headaches that Holden gives Marcus. It's so hilarious. I love this one. This was so fun from beginning to end. This is definitely my favorite of that trilogy of these three. I love their relationship, their dynamic, the banter with each other, and the eye rolling, and so fun. I love this one. I love Holden and I love Marcus, and this was definitely my favorite. Love it. Now, we're not done with Odessa yet. Okay, we're not done with Odessa yet. Her Mate Mistake series, okay? This is For Never Mine is the first one, okay? This is with Riley and Shiloh. So this is like Omega verse, right? There's like the Alpha and the Omega, and this one has caretaking, hurt, comfort, just oh my God. Nodding. Come on, nodding. Yeah, don't need to say anything else. Riley and Shiloh are so stinking cute. And I love this one because like the big brother is the Omega and the baby brother is the Alpha. And I love that. I love that she did that. It's such a small little detail, but it makes such a big impact to the story. And I love Riley. I love Shiloh. I love them both equally. And this book was so good. One of my favorite tropes for queer romance is hurt comfort. This has it in spades. Love it. I love it. Okay, now the second in the Make Mistake series is Never Say Never. Now this one again is with brothers, and it's obviously in the same world. Okay, so you see them in this story. So this is obviously their own story, and I don't love this as much as I love this one. Okay, Riley and Shiloh have my heart. This is with Keenan and Ellis. They've always been close, like extremely close growing up, and you know, something happens and you know, they're mated, right? And I enjoy this one because you get a lot of the other like their village, their pack. You get to see their reactions a little bit more, and and their feelings and how they feel about it. And then you also get with Keenan and Ellis how strong of their connection. How strong is their connection, really? Right? And 2 words: mouth nodding. That's it. That's all I can say about that. Yeah, that's it. Okay. All right. The next one from Odessa Highwell is morally ambiguous. This one is father son. Okay. And this is with Atwood. Yeah, Atwood and Aaron. And Atwood he has everything he's ever wanted. He has a great life, except for the son he gave up for adoption. Right. And then Aaron comes. Aaron shows up back, into his life, and this is so good. This is so good. Atwood, okay, I know he's Aaron's father, but he is such a daddy. Just saying. Atwood, oh my God, I'm in love with him. I love Atwood. I love Atwood. I love Atwood. And Aaron, his whole personality was such a nice contrast to Atwood's, and the way they got closer and closer and closer, stunning, gorgeous, beautiful. I mean, Odessa Highwell really knows how to write those those little details that really pull a relationship together, and it was wonderful. But Atwood, yeah, Aaron is a lucky man. I'll just say that. Aaron is a very lucky man. The next one by Odessa is Twisted Together. Okay. This is with Bennett and Cooper and their brothers. And something happens to Bennett, and he's trying to deal with it and work through what happened to him. And then Cooper, it's like Cooper is worried about Bennett, but Bennett doesn't want Cooper to worry. And maybe things go from there. It's hard to explain again without spoiling it. But I really enjoyed Bennett and his internal struggle in this. The way he dealt with things that happened to him, and the way he and Cooper worked together. It was beautiful. I really enjoyed watching their relationship grow and watch them become closer and all that stuff. I I love it. I love Bennett. I love Cooper, and yes. What else can I say? Okay, I love this one. This one is great. All right, and last but definitely not least from Odessa Highwell is Under His Protection. I recently read this a couple months ago. Sebastian and Nicolo, I think that's how you say his name. This was so good. Sebastian has to go into witness protection, and he has to leave his family behind, his mother and his brother. And he's been away from them for a while. He has a new life, new state, new city, all that stuff. And this guy just walks in, and Sebastian is like, I would take him home. And then the guy turns around, and it's Nicolo. They hadn't seen each other in so long. I absolutely devoured this. I'm pretty sure I read this in like one sitting, maybe two, but oh God, I love the witness protection aspect of it. I love that. I love that secrecy, and they have to be extremely careful, and with their handlers, like the Marshal Service. I love it. Okay, not only was this one super, obviously spicy, what have you, but this one has a plot, and I really enjoyed it, and I wish this was longer. I would love to get more information and really have their story fleshed out with not only with Sebastian, but what Nicolo was up to while Sebastian was gone, and how that affected for the men that they became. But either way, this one was so good. Sebastian is such a good caretaker for Nicolo, and I love that. I loved it. I loved it. I had so much fun reading this, and I wish I could read this again for the first time. I really do. But Under His Protection, highly, highly recommend. This was so fun. This was such a fun read. It was great. Okay. Are you ready? Are you ready for my favorite taboo book of all time? Are you ready? It's not going to come as a surprise to anybody, okay? Because I'm pretty sure I've talked about it. End Scene by Nikki James. Twins, Asher and Atticus. This book is perfection. this book is it's beautiful. I have it signed. I mean, you know, she put a quote like this is the best taboo book. This is the best taboo book I've ever read. Hands down. Hands down. And it's full length. It's a full length novel. But it looks like it has, I don't know, over 370 pages. So it's a full length novel, and it's I'm sorry, I'm speechless. That's how good this book is. Atticus, one of the twins, is hurting for money. Okay, he was basically disowned by his family when he came out. Messed up, by the way. And he needs money badly. He needs money badly. So he sees this ad or something for like models, but they need to be, you know, twins. And the photo shoot is for twins for a cover of a taboo book of twins, right? And so he has to convince his brother to do this photo shoot and everything with him. And as you know, things go from there. It's wonderful. This book is so good. Atticus and Asher are wonderful together. Wonderful together. They're so nervous, and you know, in the beginning, I mean, obviously that's what I like about this one is kind of like realistic in the fact that they never, you know, a lot of these books, the brothers, they've always like maybe looked at each other and they always wanted more, blah blah blah. But this one is they never really thought about each other that way, right? And then so whenever this opportunity came up and they had to do these, you know, like scenes, and they had to make it look realistic, that's whenever it made them realize maybe they have feelings. That's why I love this. It was so beautiful. It was how their relationship just opened up and became something more than just twins. And Nikki James, genius writer, genius writer. This book was so well done. She did not leave any detail out. And the humor with Atticus, he's so funny. He's such a hilarious character, and Asher just has to deal with it and then like deal with Atticus's like his antics and stuff. It's so fun. It was so enjoyable. It was such a fun ride. And if you don't read anything off this, please read, or if you read anything from these recommendations, this is my favorite of all time. And I highly, highly, highly recommend you check this out. It's so, so good. It's so good. It's so good. Read it. Read it. Okay? It's so good. Okay. That is it. That is my entire taboo book collection. I cannot hold them all up because it's too many. But you know what? Let's see if I can. Okay, so here they are. Very heavy pile of them. I don't know if you can see my hand shaking, but they are. But this is my entire taboo collection that I have physically on my shelves. And I hope you enjoyed. Again, please, if taboo is not your cup of tea, please do not leave any negative comments, okay? I'm not here for it. Okay, I'm actually an adult, and I know that other people that some people don't like to read certain things, and that's okay. Okay? But I love reading Taboo, and I know there are other people who do as well, and I hope they appreciate, and I hope you guys appreciate some of my recommendations. All right? So there we go. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed all my Taboo recommendations and my collection. And to end this video, I'm going to tell you about the book I'm currently reading, and that is One Shot by Lee Child. This is Jack Reacher book number 9. And this is the book that the first Jack Reacher movie with Tom Cruise is based on. I love that movie. Yes, I know. Tom Cruise is not Jack Reacher. Sorry to him. Okay, he's too small, too short, but I still love the story itself. Okay, with that there's a sniper and the guy that they get airtight case, the guy that they arrest says, "Hey, you got the wrong guy. Get Jack Reacher." And then Jack Reacher comes to town and he's like, "Yeah, he's guilty." But anyway, it just goes from there. He has to investigate, see if they really do have the wrong guy. And I'm super excited to see if this is like the movie or if it's going to be a little bit different. I don't know. So far, it's pretty much like reading the movie, and I'm really having a good time. So that is what I'm currently reading. So in the comments below, let me know what you're currently reading. Okay. And also, do you like Taboo? And if you do you have any recommendations and maybe that I haven't read yet? Or any of these that you have read that you really enjoy? I'd love to know. Please let me know. Also, I want to just thank everyone for sticking around when I don't post consistently. I really appreciate that. If you haven't already, please consider hitting that subscribe button, and hopefully I will start posting more regularly. And also check me out on Instagram. I'm trying to be more active over there as well, if you like to see more stuff from me. And without further ado, I'm going to let you guys go, and I will see you guys in my next video. Okay? Bye, guys.